crowned Funky Bunch 2v2 Gears Showdown Series champion. Only time will tell who's that's going to be. You got to think NRG's. You got to be somewhat of a favorite considering what they've been doing in 4v or 5v5 play. But my vote's going to be to the Funky Bunch superstar that's also playing. We'll see in match number 2 in Kenny Bounce.
So again, there is a weapon swap. Instead of the Cyro Cannon and whatnot, there's a sniper over by the middle room. So there's 2 power weapons to fight for simultaneously. Drop shot, stronger of the 2. Probably going to see at least one person go over to drop. But instead, we're going to see SuMuNs sending his front spawn to snipe. It looks like 2 1v1s are going to break out, actually, as Shock grabs the drop shot and shoots it through the window. First blood going in favor of Rise Nation in this first round.
Wow, I kind of mentioned a little bit of a 1v1 going out, but now MentaL, he's going to have to make some big plays, but no, shut down early on by Shock. That shotgun hits hard as Rise Nation strikes first. You know, Shock kind of running up to that drop shot and realizing no one's really shooting at him, no one's really contesting him, quickly grabs it, puts it to use on MentaL into the mid room, and that's where you got to realize every one of these weapons, everywhere you send these targets is going to be very, very crucial, especially in a map that has so many angles like Icebound.
I think MentaL went and grabbed the Shock grenade first round, and that was probably why Shock was able to quick pick that drop shot. But we're on board over at the sniper rifle fight, Avexys versus SuMuNs. Once again, this is 2 1v1s going on, and Avexys gets first blood on SuMuNs with that up A shot. Beautiful stuff. Rise Nation taking first blood 2 rounds in a row. Now it's going to be a slow play 2v1. This is MentaL we're talking about. Gonna run out in the open and get Lancer down. Rise coming out swinging on this first map.
Yeah, so these first 2 rounds just going all Rise Nation all the way. At the end of Gears 4, we saw Rise Nation in the UMG or Emergence Day tournaments time and time again being the team to beat. At E-League, we didn't necessarily see that. Early on, as you saw the qualification points, we didn't necessarily see that as well, but here, showing up with their backs up against the wall this weekend in general, today in the Funky Bunch, the ladder, and in the qualification, Rise Nation is going to have to perform.
What is this route Shock is going for right now? He's going wide to make sure MentaL doesn't pick up that drop shot. 2 1v1s going on once again. I like the format right now for this map. And NRG is finally going to get first blood. Avexys is going to go down to SuMuNs over by that sniper rifle fight. And now MentaL's going to play good defense, making sure to reset, knowing he has the number advantage. Goes wide, gets that pistol down. NRG striking back.
Wow. So MentaL and NRG kind of adapting to the gameplay. You saw it was Avexys who kind of got first blooded by SuMuNs, and then from there, you know, Shock was forced to make plays. You saw him push up, land some good shots on MentaL, but it just wasn't enough. You see him kind of backing up, using his distance, using his Lancer to go ahead and make those plays.
Yeah, I'm actually liking these weapon swaps so far. The fact that there's 2 power weapons to fight for in a 2v2 format splits it up to 2 1v1s, which is there's none really else you could ask for. It takes away the clutter. And we're seeing first blood going over towards that sniper rifle fight every round. And NRG is actually going to win both of their 1v1s simultaneously pretty much to tie it up 2-2 in this round count.
That was one of those quick shot melees right there. That's a little technique you guys need to learn. You guys need to adapt and get used to doing. Once you shoot, you can quickly melee, and that melee is much quicker in Gears of War 5 than it's ever been in any Gears of War before. So you guys got to make sure you guys start adapting to these changes that are in the game.
Yeah, it's a brand new mechanic. You will never see a kill like that in any other Gears game. If anything, you'll see a melee and then a shot. But to see a shoot melee happen so quickly, that's new to this game. But to see MentaL doing it, you know it's working. Oh, wow. Finally a trick strat comes out. Rise Nation sends 2 over to the sniper fight, so now MentaL in a 1v2, he has 4 drop shots, or 3 drop shots, sorry.
That was actually very, very interesting. Just like you said, you know, it's Shock choosing to kind of abandon both explosive weapons to try and 2v1 SuMuNs. MentaL with both drop shot and frag grenades. He's going to be your season MVP for Gears of War 4. How can he make these plays in Gears of War 5? Is he going to be able to adapt? It is all knotted up here 2-2, and this is where gameplay and execution ribs it, as you know, as he begins to slow down, but it's not for the wrong reason. It's going to be up to Rise Nation, Avexys, and Shocks to formulate some sort of a strategy to kind of single out MentaL, because even though he is by himself, he is in a 1v2 situation. He has 2 frags, 3 drop shots, so he has a huge arsenal on his side to go ahead and make this clutch possible. You know that, and he is MentaL. He's probably one of the greatest players in Gears of War history, so this is not impossible. This is actually very possible for MentaL.
Yeah, numbers advantage in favor of Rise, but they know where MentaL is. They have shock grenades, which is actually going to throw both at the same time. And are they actually going to be able to get this kill? He's going to be
Wow.
able to tap up. Unlike Escalation and Execution can tap up, but no, they run right through the shock grenade, get the kill. Unfortunate for MentaL. He's not even going to be able to shoot one drop shot in that 1v2 situation. And big round coming out from Rise Nation, going up 3-2. And yeah, Execution, you could see trick strats steal around just by getting one kill, getting that numbers advantage. And I don't know if that was a trick strat or if it was just an audible from Avexys to run over and help over in that 1v1.
That's actually a really good play by them, just using their teamwork, not letting individual skills shine here in this 2v2. Typically, you can see a player kind of dominate here, especially in Execution, but now Rise Nation letting their individual flags fly right now. It's going to be Avexys versus SuMuNs on one side of the map, MentaL versus Shock. MentaL did get the early frags, unable to put them to use just yet. Nice fight between SuMuNs and Avexys. Avexys landed a couple of good shots, forced to press the tempo, especially with Shock going down. He's either going to have to choose to run or press the fight on SuMuNs. 1v1 situation. SuMuNs landing some good shots. He can do what he can to dodge it, but no, SuMuNs taking him out, tying up here 3-3. NRG, Rise Nation. This seems like an even battle all the way through so far.
Yeah, they're going back and forth. That was the first round that we saw the first blood happen over by the drop shot fight. And it's probably because MentaL went over and grabbed the frag grenades right off the bat to kind of force the fight. But yeah, usually we're seeing first blood happen at the sniper with SuMuNs and Avexys. Seems like a 1v1 that's a little bit more close counters compared to the other 1v1 where you have a lot more of the map to work with. SuMuNs is going to be able to take control of the mid room, and this is just a fair shotgun fight. You love to see it, and the shotgun melee is going to come out from Avexys. Grabs the meat shield, good heads up play, but a melee is going to actually go through the meat shield. Now it's a 1v1 MentaL versus Shock, and it's going to be a reset situation. Both players have full health. Shock's going to reset, go towards the drop shot. They're both going to get their respective power weapons, I believe. Yep. So now it's sniper versus drop shot, MentaL versus Shock. And this could definitely slow down, but only to a certain extent. There's only so much time on the clock now that it's a sudden death.
This is a few moments right here that you can see the game possibly coming down to a draw, especially since it's a 1v1. If each of these guys had a member alive, you get to see that last-ditch effort, one player trying to go and make a play and trying to win the round. But this is 1v1. Shock with that drop shot, I would think, has the upper hand, but MentaL, he's probably been one of the most feared snipers since Gears of War 3 came out, and he's been proven it time and time again. You've seen his clutches on Mansion, you've seen his clutches in Gears of War UE, and even on Gears of War 4. So he's looking to make the plays happen yet again, especially in our round 1 matchup, Rise Nation versus NRG.
Gonna turn into a stalemate. That's respectable though, both players having a power weapon in their hands. I like the way that round started though, and I like the way SuMuNs and Avexys are taking that fight on that small little box right next to the sniper. And yeah, right now the melee just being so predominant in competitive Gears. I'm not sure if you guys are using it in your pub matches, but you saw not only did the first kill come out from a melee, but the melee went right through the meat shield on the second kill to trade it out. And yeah, it's way different than the melee we're used to in Gears 1 through 4.
MentaL.
Nice.
MentaL with that quick pick. He's going to try to put it to use right away. Not able to connect, but SuMuNs winning that 1v1 means Shock is in no other position other than to try and press one of these two fights, but he has to do it strategically right now, because if he goes and he pushes a little bit too quick, these players will reunite. Right now, one good landed shot on SuMuNs. He's going to take him out. Another drop shot, unable to connect. So MentaL, with not a lot of drops left, is going to choose to switch to a shotgun. And this is the fight we've all been waiting for. Shock versus MentaL. These guys were teammates at one time or another on that former Optic Gaming squad when Icy took a little bit of a ban in Season 1 going into Season 2. But now, no more drop shots in MentaL's hands. Leaves it to a straight 1v1. But with Shock grabbing these nades, it's going to be Shock, in my opinion, that's going to be forced to press the fight.
Yeah, I believe MentaL still has some drop shots left, right?
I don't know. I do believe it doesn't, actually.
Okay. So shoutouts to Shock just in general. This is probably the first 1v2 situation we're seeing in which case Shock was actually able to single out SuMuNs, get that kill, reset, using that Keegan skin. It's pretty dope. I see Explosive use that skin as well. And might see another stalemate here. It's very hard to press in a 1v1. Usually the defender... Ooh, MentaL was going down to that Lancer. But yeah, good job to Shock. That's a clutch in my eyes. You're in a 1v2 situation. You single out SuMuNs, who was probably trying to use the sniper, got singled out, and that turns it into a 1v1, draws it out. That should have been an NRG round if SuMuNs was able to just reset with MentaL.
And this is kind of typically what you see, especially when it kind of happens where one guy wins one fight and the other guy doesn't win his fight, to where it's a little bit of a 1v1. Both teams have a power weapon. It comes down to who's going to make that mistake and who's going to be the guy to capitalize on the other side. But it's going to be Avexys who are jumping on board with. We see SuMuNs get the upper hand a few times already. You see through the X-ray vision, that's going to be a rotation coming out from MentaL. So drop shot in the hands of Shock. Down coming out from Avexys.
That should be a drop shot kill. It is. And NRG trying to double up on the sniper. It backfires. They were never able to actually pick up the sniper. Good reset by Avexys. Now a 2v1 situation in favor of Rise. And I want to say they're going to take this. They do.
Yep. So 4-3. Rise Nation is now on match point. We play first to 5 here instead of first to 4 in 2v2s. It gives a couple more rounds for these teams to be able to make comebacks like NRG is going to look to do in map number 1. We've talked about SuMuNs kind of winning that 1v1 time, or the most recent rounds against Avexys, but a little bit of an audible coming out from NRG is going to look to bite him in the behind as MentaL was down picking up that sniper.
Yeah, Rise did that same 2v1 situation, and they didn't fall for it when NRG tried to do it. Now Avexys getting aggressive, hopping over onto NRG's side of the map, pushing SuMuNs into the room. Both players making sure to get a little bit of extra damage before they fight with the Lancer. Now it's going to be a shotgun fight. Misroll coming out from Avexys, but no full spread coming out for SuMuNs. And then he gets that up A shot on the left hand. Beautiful stuff to him. MentaL's going to try to reset. But no, he runs over the water. Icebound with that environmental damage.
And just in time, MentaL was beginning to heat up, and he gets iced down. That's that environmental effect right there. Once you break the ice, you take a little bit of damage. If you're down, you will die. Unless you are in the blizzard, then the storm does not break. But with only 1 frag left, 30 seconds left, Shock looking like neither player really wants to kind of press the fight just yet, especially since SuMuNs does have the sniper, and if he tries to press the fight, Shock has a frag grenade. So you could think this match or this round is going to come down to a last-second headshot or maybe even a last-second frag grenade attempt. But the frag is going to come out from Shock, unable to kind of bounce on the ground. You saw the water just negating any bounce effect. First strike going to come out. SuMuNs hits the body shot. Traded shots coming out from Shock. Both players probably full red right now. SuMuNs, I think he probably has the upper hand in position simply because he has the snipe. Gets another shot on Shock's body. He's going to push up. 5 seconds left. It looks like it's going to be a draw.
That was his chance at the last second headshot you talked about. When you have the full character model in your sights, like at any point you can get a headshot. Some of these players can get headshots at, like, literally just doesn't matter what your character's doing. But right there, he gets a body shot instead. And that was SuMuNs' opportunity to clutch up that round. Instead, another draw. And these aren't the type of draws that are like slow and like methodical. This is just a draw because it's a 1v1 situation. It goes down to a 60-second timer.
These rounds are actually going a little bit quicker than the 5-minute round time limit, but Shock versus MentaL
they're going
again.
way quicker.
Shock gets the upper hand on this fight for just a moment in terms of positioning, but MentaL gets the upper hand right back, especially since SuMuNs is in a position where he can kind of be a distraction to Shock's side.
Yeah, he tried to cross right there. But because of that, Avexys is going to be able to pick up the sniper.
Rotation is
SuMuNs actually hops down. Sniper in hands of Avexys. That's going to be Rise Nation taking the first map. SuMuNs actually, alright, so he took position in the mid room, which should be a good thing. But Sleeper and Monkeys, also amazing players and no stranger to execution as well. And did the weapons look like they worked properly?
The weapons are right this time. After this round, we'll give you another look at him. But double flashbang, MentaL even flashing himself for a moment, so instants are going to go in the hands of Avexys. MentaL's been no stranger to this movement game to kind of fake out these instant tosses as well.
Yeah, but Avexys being patient with the instants, actually, as I say that, throws his first instant. But I want to say Avexys won out that 1v1, gets the rotation. MentaL gets the trade, though. Beautiful stuff coming out from Avexys and Shock. That was textbook from Avexys. Right off the bat, he got towards that incendiary fight first. I don't know if he has a quicker route, a better spawn, but he got to that fight first. Grabbed the incense in front of MentaL due to throwing a perfect stun grenade. Then he was patient with his incendiary grenade, used that to rotate quicker. That's textbook gameplay coming out from the captain of Rise Nation.
Yep, man. And you saw also on the side, MentaL kind of flashed themselves. You got to make sure these flashes are right on point. Avexys throwing his. Second one coming out from MentaL. He does pick up the instant. Both players stunned, but MentaL's going to push that fight. Gets Avexys full red, but unable to connect with anything more. But MentaL actually pushing through the instant, taking down Avexys and solidifying that round as SuMuNs won his 1v1 across the map. Incredible gameplay from NRG to tie it up here 1-1.
That was real cheeky of Avexys, grabbing the instant grenade right in front of MentaL, knowing that they were both going to get stung by the flash grenades. That's like typical gameplay you'd see in like a Gamebattles match or something like that. These are strategies that these players have been doing for years. But MentaL, knowing that, just kind of stood on him and kept the damage up, even running through the flame grenade. Now we're actually going to see a switch in the fight. SuMuNs is going to come over towards this fight this time. Still Avexys, picking up the instant grenade for the 3rd round in a row, right in front of NRG.
Wow, nice.
I like Avexys taking initiative in these 1v1s.
Yeah, he's actually at a nice position to kind of cross out MentaL as well. SuMuNs knows MentaL's kind of dead. He tries to go for that quick pick on the bow with a shot. Gets a lot of damage. Trying to land one of these quick bows. Unable to get anything just yet as Avexys chasing him down. Solidifying that kill, and Rise Nation striking back. 2-1 lead over NRG in our tiebreaker map. Like I said, this is going to be very intense action. Here all the way, SuMuNs doing what he can with that torque bow, unable to charge it long enough to get a stick for the kill.
It's the little things, but I want to say Avexys has definitely been the playmaker so far. There's only so many plays you can make in these tight situations, but so far he's just been the aggressor in this fight. Every time he's getting there so quick. I want to say he's on alternate or something. He's getting there so fast. This time not able to pick up the flame grenades though. Misroll. SuMuNs is going to take advantage of that. Now a 2v1 situation. Shock. You won a 1v2 in the first map. What can you do in this time?
Oh, nice well placed for a shot. If he gets that up A on MentaL, his chances of winning that fight versus SuMuNs just go through the roof, especially since he had SuMuNs full red already. But great textbook play by NRG to kind of bait and switch and make sure neither player's in a 1v1 by themselves.
So I think the reason MentaL isn't going towards that flame grenade fight is actually because SuMuNs, they're trying to send their front spawn over there. And I believe Avexys is front spawn for Rise. Yeah,
you mentioned what control scheme he uses. I do believe someone mentioned that he uses the classic alternate control scheme, which is a kind of a hybrid control scheme of both alternate and classic. But Avexys is kind of bouncing around right in front of SuMuNs' face. A little bit of a cross coming out from Shock as well. So Rise Nation using their teamwork, using their angles, and he actually gets taken out by SuMuNs.
Speaking
Great
of
plays
angles,
by
MentaL
MentaL.
full redded. Yeah, MentaL full redded Avexys right there. SuMuNs got the shot down. And then the suicide comes out from Avexys. NRG is going to win this round, going up 3-2. This is tiebreak, folks, in a best of 3, and this is a single elimination bracket. So 2 more rounds, and NRG will advance into the semifinals of this 8-team bracket. Rise Nation needs to answer right now, and I think it's going to have to come out from Avexys. Avexys displayed beautiful movement in the beginning of that round. SuMuNs had the advantage because Avexys was stunned, so SuMuNs had a free shot. And Avexys made him whiff 2 shots, actually. So we're going to see the insane fight going on the other side of the map. So right now we're seeing the torque bow fight going on from MentaL and Shock. All 4 players still alive. MentaL's going to have to retreat after a beautiful angle coming out from Avexys. No one's going to go down, though. As I say that, Avexys is going to take out SuMuNs. MentaL in a 1v2 situation. He's going to be getting flanked by Avexys any second. He could grab the torque bow and cover, though. And his chances of winning this 1v2 are going to go up now that he has that torque bow. And he is going to be able to escape. So now MentaL in a 1v2. We saw him win a 1v2 on the second map with the drop shot on Exhibit. This is a completely different map, a completely different power weapon with the torque bow. But it is still the same player in NRG MentaL. Rise Nation going to slow it down, go and grab the frag grenades. This is a huge round for Rise Nation. They don't want to go down 4-2. They want to tie it up 3-3. As for MentaL, active torque bow is going to come out, and he charges it in a split second. MentaL is going to tie it up, make it a 1v1 situation, but now it's just 60 seconds on the clock.
1v1. This certainly could go down to a stalemate.
What do you think of that active reload torque bow just charging up so fast?
I mean, it's kind of the point of the active, but you just really have no time to react. It's like if you're not already dodging it, you're probably getting hit by it.
Yeah, Shock was out of cover for not even a split second, and due to the desync, I mean, all these players have like 60 ping right now. He slid into cover. On his screen, he was probably in cover. And, you know, it's very typical of Gears of War players. I was already in cover, but no. MentaL on his screen sees he's sliding. The marksman that he is going to be able to torque it. So, I call this a clutch right here. When you're in a 1v2 situation... No!
Oh my god! I'm gone. Jordan, stream's yours. Stream's yours. I'm gone. See you guys tomorrow.
Are you surprised, though? Come on, it's MentaL.
I am, but I'm not. MentaL. It just making insane things happen time and time again.
Was that another active bow?
It had to have been. I refuse to believe otherwise.
So I was just going to say it was a clutch because he drawed out a 1v2 situation, but as I say that, he gets the torque bow onto the shoulder of Avexys.
I was really ready to lock my door and go out for lunch right now, but the fight from MentaL and SuMuNs, or SuMuNs and Avexys is going to be going down. It's time. Finally, Avexys is going to go ahead and strike and take out SuMuNs, but we've already seen MentaL clutch a 1v2 before, so it's not out of this world for him to be able to do it again, but this time he's going to have to do it with his stock weapons. No torque bow in his hands, not even able to get the down on Avexys, so slowly but surely Rise Nation could look to kind of push up and make things happen here.
Yeah, without a torque bow in his hands, it's going to be way harder for him to clutch, but he does have a great position here. I don't think Rise is even going to attempt to push up on this. No, they're going to use a stun grenade to get some positioning, but a counter stun's going to flash them both. The melees come out.
Wow.
And a lot of pro players will agree that meat shields just aren't very strong in this game. You can melee right through them. So for MentaL to grab that meat shield, it kind of put him in a bad spot. But beautiful try from MentaL, getting that stun grenade. He didn't get the chunk, but the shotgun melee down. Very good try from MentaL, almost winning his third 1v2 of the match. Rise Nation down 3-4. They need to win the next 2 rounds. Are we going to see a tiebreak round here?
There's definitely the way these guys have been playing so far, Rise Nation. It's unable to just make a direct prediction on that. Not able to connect. Sorry, I thought he was going to be able to connect, but Vexy's striking, taking out SuMuNs, so they just need to kind of take their time here. Not giving enough space to charge the bow, but if you're hitting up A's like that, you could make it happen, but Shock shutting it down. Tiebreaker round, just like you said. Match point, series point, Rise Nation versus NRG. Predictions, folks, ladies and gentlemen. Post them in the chat. Who is going to take this match?
And I want you to watch Avexys here if you can. He's broken ice the last 2 rounds. And he's been doing well ever since the beginning of this match over at this bandstand fight. And because of that, I almost feel like NRG might do a 2v1 in the middle. We're going to have to wait and see. MentaL actually comes over instead of SuMuNs, and he plays aggressive. Leave it to MentaL to play super aggressive on a tiebreaker round. Oh. And he actually gets the one-shot. MentaL was like 90% full red right there. Now, Shock in a 1v2 situation. He's full red. He downs SuMuNs. It's going to be a 1v1. MentaL has incense, though. So he does have a slight advantage, knowing that Shock's going to back up a little bit. What an exciting tiebreaker round right here. Now MentaL in possession of a torque bow and incense. Beautiful stuff from Shock, by the way, getting that kill on Alex. SuMuNs.
Just incredible plays time and time again by MentaL. You got to think, if you're Shock and you're going up against MentaL, a guy who has been showing it through a number of Gears of War games, not just Gears 5, not just Gears 4, not UE, but also Gears of War 3 through 4 different titles, probably Gears of War 2 because I know he's been playing that as well. He comes up clutch. I'm talking about MentaL. He comes up clutch. You got to think is Shock going for the draw.
That's actually classic nasty gameplay too. Tiebreak round, you just play ultra aggressive. And no, if I'm MentaL, I'm not going for the draw here. I have a torque bow, I have incense.
Shock wins it!
Shock clutches the 1v2 with a one-shot over cover. NRG gets eliminated in the first round. Rise Nation wins. What do you have to say, Jacob?
Honestly, it's gotta wonder. I'm thinking Shock might go for the draw, especially going up against what he was going up against in MentaL, the torque bow and other things like that. But he made it happen. 5-4. Rise Nation